I'm Vivian Chan from NextechAR. Hi, Vivian.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you so much for joining today. We are talking about augmented reality, which I am very excited about as a topic. What I love about this particular showcase, we've done this is our third time doing it. It used to be just like platform after platform after platform, and that's cool. But now there's just so many unique and interesting things that people are doing to enhance that experience or to, change things up. You guys at NextTech are doing some really cool things. So I'm going to hand it off to you and the presentation you put together, and then I'll pop back on. Sound good?
Sounds great. So thanks everyone for sticking around. My name is Vivian Chan, and I'm the Global Head of Digital at NextTech. I'm proud to say that I've been working in events longer than I have in tech. I've been an event planner myself for over 30 years. I'm very involved in my community and with different associations in the augmented reality and virtual reality space. And so today we're going to talk a little bit about what we can do now and a little bit about what we can do in the future. And I think what's happening right now is so exciting. I've booked my next event in September. Like, I'm going to see humans and clink glasses and all that. And I've been hearing a lot of this notion of hybrid, but I'm going to take it a step further, because I think that the real evolution of events is going to be about creating experiences, not hybrid. Hybrid is a component of that, but there's so much more that you as event producers, organizers, and experts are bringing to the table. So if we go to the next slide. So here is the formula for what makes a brilliant experience. And I would even venture to say it's a physical and digital experience. So there's a couple of animations there. So Liz, if you can just click through them. This is what the formula looks like. So first and foremost, the first piece is really, again, you've got your in-person events. I think that there is tremendous pent-up demand. I think that in-person events will provide the value that they always did, but there's going to be, huge demand for in-person events. However, with some capacity restrictions, with some uncertainty that we're having right now, plan B is also to make it sure that it's hybrid, so that you've got a virtual portion of that event for folks that are maybe not ready to travel yet, or you've got capacity restrictions, and a physical event. Hybrid, we believe, is going to be a viable option, for the next couple of years. Another way to look at hybrid is that you're able to literally double your reach or triple your reach. We're seeing that with a lot of event organizers. But the downside, and this is the thing that we need to talk about, is double the work. So you need to make sure that you have extra team and capacity and resources to do that. And so we realize that for the near term, you may have to choose just physical only and virtual or hybrid. With that said, augmented reality services both physical and virtual events. So we're a phenomenal tool for storytelling. So augmented reality is an incredible tool for you to be able to create very special sponsored moments at your next event. And we're going to talk a little bit about applications of how that's going to work. The other piece that we heard last year or the last 2 years from event organizers is that you got to give us extra ways to expand our sponsorship perspectives. We've got to look at extra ways to manage the doubling of costs of moving to hybrid. And so we've got some cool examples of where you can use augmented reality for advertising and e-commerce to, again, help fund and create an extra revenue stream for your events. So with hybrid, augmented reality, and a monetization model, this is what we believe is the new digital experience. So let's kind of break it down and talk a little bit about some of the cool and valuable applications of augmented reality. So first of all, augmented reality is really, the definition of it is that you're able to layer digital information over the real world. And AR captures people's attention. We've seen it time and time again at NextTech. We've seen 4 to 9x better engagements when you bring in augmented reality compared to video. People are zoomed out right now. And while video is okay, there isn't a wow factor. And it's a storytelling medium that's been around for probably a long, long time. So what people are seeing, and this is a report from Deloitte, is that AR delivers 2 times more visual attention compared to a non-AR equivalent, namely video or even photos. And brands are more trusted when people are able to have a more distinct experience. So let's talk about different kinds of augmented reality in the next slide. So there are 3 kinds of augmented reality experiences that you literally can layer into your event as a storytelling moment. You can layer people, which are human holograms, to your event. You can put in a place, so someone can literally portal into a destination or a facility. And then you can also showcase reports using augmented reality. Let's show you each of and every one of them. So the first one is the human hologram. This is really profound in that imagine you being in 5 places at once. One of the things that we can't scale is being able to travel around the world and be 5 places at once. This is an example of our CEO, Evan Gappelberg, doing a holographic presentation in 5 different living rooms. One of them is even on a little rattan chair over there. And so he was literally able to give a global keynote in multiple locations, create an Instagrammable moment, and present to folks on, an update from NextechAR. And it was a huge success. And we're going to start to scale these activations with different events and event producers. In addition, human holograms are really important in changing how people learn. So for instance, if you're an association event and you need to do some certifications and you need to show sort of laboratory or scientific equipment, using augmented reality is a great way to kind of create that experiential learning. NextechAR currently is partnered with Ryerson University. We have developed all their chemistry and biology science labs using augmented reality. Over 5,000 students in first and second year sciences are using our augmented reality learning. And so how could you create a wow factor or a differentiator in your learning events and activities? If you go to the next slide, we're going to talk a little bit about also how portals enable you to change the way we live. So imagine promoting your city or promoting your facility using a augmented reality portal. Site visits have traditionally been the main piece for event planners to pick a site. It's going to be a little more harder to do site visits now because there's so many travel restrictions and quarantining requirements. So what if you could portal in and do a site visit of a facility? Or you could even start to show people like a prize. Like if your prize was a vacation in Miami, you'd be able to create literally an augmented reality portal hologram. We used portals to help people understand Atlantic Canada lobster. So this was shown at an agriculture event in Japan and Korea, where we brought everyone into a lobster fisherman's boat, and they had a day in the life of their boat that was beamed into their home. And it's a really wild kind of activation because you see that door? That's like the room that you walk in, and then you're in the fisherman's boat. So there's again like a wow, I kind of was there for a moment. If you go to the next slide, the other piece about augmented reality is that you could also enable and change the way you shop. So for instance, if you're running an event and it's got a consumer goods show, for example, you could provide sponsors with augmented reality 3D products where there could be a marketplace where they could go look at 3D products. They could QR code those 3D products on their booths. So that they could even try it physically at the event. And again, studies have shown that people who are able to kind of like bring home the product and be able to try it in their living room are about 20 to 50% more likely to buy that solution. And so we've been seeing huge success by using augmented reality as part of the marketing collateral, part of the experiential collateral to help kind of convert product sales. And so is that something you can offer to your sponsors? Is that something you could layer in to your next event? If you go to the next slide. So we talked about experiences. We have worked with over 1,000 different events in the last 2 years. And Restaurants Canada is an example of that. We're starting to build events with them where it's going to be Another trend that we're seeing right now is that events are no longer a 3-day moment in time. We're seeing events being this 24/7 marketplace of bringing people together. Similar to what Lawrence talked about, it is really about networking. How do we bring communities together to experience learning, to experience new product releases, to experience entertainment together? And so we're excited to work with Restaurants Canada into a longer term marketplace, 365-day experience portal with them. So happy to take more questions on that. So my final plug is that if you want to learn more about NextechAR's technology, we're doing some really innovative things in digital experiences, education technology, AR e-commerce, and even NFTs. If you want to get a 101 on that, we're launching an event called Live Now on June 29th. And our special guest will be Gary V, who is just, a celebrity personality, but someone who's really gets tech and has been wildly successful in that. And then the last slide that I also want to plug is I have launched my own channel as well. So one of the things about technology is that how does it impact people in human ways? And so www.vivianchannel.com, I'm going to be hosting shows around augmented reality and helping educate people on what this technology can and can't do. And so if you want to even take a photo of those QR codes, you can even try some of those augmented reality activations right now. So thank you very much, and would love to take some questions.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. If there are questions from those of you watching, please put them in the chat and we'll make sure to get to them. AR, it's one of those things that I think, to your earlier point, it is so robust, and it makes what a lot of us have been doing for the last year and a half or so much more impactful. It's great to deliver the content virtually. It's great to be able to connect people through networking. But these augmented reality experiences really give people the chance to feel like they're there in person. It even enhances an in-person attendee's experience. And then when you add that third component of the shop, I mean, there are so many brands who have been kind of missing that piece. Everyone's talking about, and there was a question earlier, like, what can we be offering to our sponsors to get them happy? Because they're missing all of that connection that they used to get with their products on the trade show floor, or, I just think it's so important. I also have Diana from our team texting me about this event, which looks so great. We've been looking into NFTs ourselves and just been so interested in that space. I know Gary V launched like a community of people using NFTs. It seems I've been watching him. It's one of those things that's like a little far out, but I'm still trying to understand it. So definitely everyone check out this event. I'm going to come to you first with one of the questions I think a lot of people would, I just think it's on top of mind, which is, what does the pricing look like for augmented reality? I think a lot of people expect it's like six figures and up, and it's just out of the range. I know that's not the case.
Yeah, so. It's such a good question, Liz. Thank you for bringing that up. It's not as expensive as you think. It starts at $2,500 for activations currently, but we're very excited. I would say that in the next 6 months, that price point will continue to evolve, because we're starting to build some do-it-yourself activations as well. And so if you want sort of studio quality, perfection quality, $2,500 US and up is a sort of the starting point. But very soon you're going to be seeing more do-it-yourself tools to kind of build those holograms yourself. So I think over time, this price point will continue to kind of face a lot of pressure to go down a little bit. But yeah, that's a starting point right now. And what's the great thing is that in the events that we've launched augmented reality holograms as sponsored moments, people were selling those sponsored moments for about $10,000. So that gives you a 4x return. And so really our guidance is use this as a sponsored moment, because sponsors think that it's kind of cool to be the wow factor at the event and the surprise moment at the event, and they'll pay for that.
Yeah, those holograms, talk about Instagrammable moments, right? Like, people just want to share them like crazy. And I think even the $2,500 price point, I would imagine, is surprising to some people who are watching, just like didn't even know that was possible. Tell me a little bit more about kind of the technical know-how that's needed, right? So you guys obviously offer the service of helping people create these experiences. Does a person need to come into this knowing how to create a 3D experience? Like, so how do you guys help people with that?
Yeah, we make it as simple as possible. Literally, we will guide our clients on the filming process. There's a little bit of setup with green screen right now, but we'll even send you a green screen kit. We've been doing it for hundreds of activations, and literally it's a 2-page PDF on how to film, how to set it up, the green screen, and then what we do is we take all that content and then we convert it into this beautiful viewing experience. And so one of the things that, again, I know it sounds kind of nerdy, but with augmented reality, it's all about the occlusions and the lighting. So the sense of like scale and depth. And so that is something that NextTech has just mastered. I was just talking to one of our architects of augmented reality, and he came from the gaming industry. He was one of the makers of Mortal Kombat. And so he really understands depth and light. And so what our technology does is take that content and adjust the light, and it's basically a magic trick. Augmented reality is a magic trick. And so you basically magic trick that footage and make it feel like you're physically in someone's room, and the lighting will even adjust to that digital person in every different room. So it's pretty dynamic. It's not,
Wow.
yeah, there's a lot of tech behind it.
This is the stuff I enjoy geeking out on.
Yeah.
But, I think, AR is one of those things like 5 to 10 years ago, it was just, you saw the hologram at one big splashy event a year, and it just seems so out of reach. But I think when you add in, the commerce piece that you're talking about and the sponsorship activations and some of the unique things that can be done, it makes a lot of sense for people to be integrating AR now. It's not necessarily an experience where you need, an Oculus headset. A lot of this is just run right from your phone. I want to make sure we zoom in on this a little bit so that people can go ahead and scan some of these experiences that you're highlighting. I know your website is a great place for people to learn more about you. Is that the best place that you would send people to kind of connect with NextTech?
Yeah, go to Vivian's channel. I would say send me a note on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn is redthreads8. Just drop me a line and I can connect you to the right experts to kind of talk a little bit more about our hybrid event platform. So we also do hybrid event platforms, but and we do those really well. We've done over we've done hundreds of hybrid events and over 1,000 virtual events. So we absolutely have that platform. But one of the differentiating factors is that we're not just a virtual hybrid event company. We really think about crafting experiences, and the cherry on top is the augmented reality. So we do all of that plus AR.
Yeah, so I would really encourage people to learn more about the virtual platform as well. I think it makes sense, obviously, when it's all kind of like done under one house and it fits together and it makes sense together. But thank you so much for taking some time to talk to us about AR and really talk about how to make it something that makes sense for events right now. I hope everyone will start reaching out to you.
Great. Thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to clinking glasses with everyone in person soon.
Yeah, my goodness, we're getting there soon, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Vivian. We will definitely be in touch, and everyone should go to nexttechAR.com to learn more. All right. So that is our showcase. This is the shortest one we've done. I started to think that maybe 8 to 10 companies is a lot, because even 4 to sit through is quite a lot. But I know